Hello, we're back at the bar at Plaza Antigua, at the bar with a local rock star. And this month we have the incredible Crystal Armentrout. Crystal, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Mitch.
We're going to do a little interview.
Oh,
I don't know a whole lot about you, but I want to find out.
No.
Okay, where were you born?
I was born in Stanton.
You were Stanton girl. Your
King's
family have
daughters.
Valley history?
Yes. So my dad's from like Bath County area, and my mom, Stanton area.
So you guys are familiar with the warm springs over there?
Yeah,
And the
Warm
stream?
Springs, Hot Springs. I think, was my dad in Warm Springs? I don't know. He was born at the Bath County Hospital. But yeah, relatives there, Covington, all those places, you know.
What's the first thing you remember in your life?
Musically? Or
Well, just in general.
Well, I do remember there was always music in the house. So, I mean, that's a huge memory, a vivid memory for me in all facets. So whether it was, music in the house or in the car, or like I remember my parents had this old Falcon. And I remember them putting me in the car seat, or I don't even think there were car seats. They were putting me in the back seat. And I remember Sir Duke playing on the radio. And I must have been a toddler. And I remember it just as plain as anything.
Wow.
And
You must be a lot younger than me then.
Yeah, well, I don't know. My folks, I will say they had great taste in music. And still do. So it was a lot of, my mom, it was a lot of Beatles, Linda Ronstadt, stuff like that. My dad, it was a lot of Hendrix, Sly, Stones, John Prine, and then
I saw a video you playing the Sly Stone right after he passed.
Oh yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big time. I was like, oh, he likes Scooby-Doo too, you know.
So mom and dad were both musicians?
Well, no, my dad's a musician. My mom was not, but she did run a record store for many years. Crossroads in Stanton.
Really?
A long while, yeah.
Did
And I
y'all
worked there
start
too
that?
for a while. No, let's see, David Fisher started it, but we both went to work there early.
Is that Fisher from Fisher Auto
Yeah.
Parts? Okay.
Yeah.
And I know Bo Fisher. We played for his wedding. Is that his brother or dad?
So Bo is the oldest, David's the youngest.
Oh, okay.
So it was David. Yeah. And we both worked there a good long while. She probably worked there longer than I did. I worked there about 10 years, probably.
So, as far as the family music, you probably just started like singing along?
Well, I definitely started singing along, for sure. And then I was intrigued by my dad's guitar because he played guitar. And he also played dobro, and I was intrigued by it. But when I was younger, I didn't really appreciate the music that he was playing. He played a lot of mountain music, a lot of folk music, bluegrass, which I love now. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate the heck out of all of
Yeah.
it now. But
Right.
back then I was like, oh man, play something cool, Dad. You know what I mean? So I was intrigued by it, but I didn't really get the guitar bug until 13. I was 13.
Someone probably gave you your first guitar? Christmas present, maybe?
Yep. Christmas present. And, MTV had just come out. Saw Eddie Van Halen on, doing Jump, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I want a guitar.
Yeah.
So
Now, did you take lessons, or you just kind of like, Dad, show me some chords, kind of one of them things?
I did take lessons. Early on, I took lessons from Don Knuckles. It was called Swing Time Studios. It was off West Beverly. I think now it's it's next to the Canine Heaven or
okay.
whatever. And it was a little, guitar play. In fact, like Gary Goff and Matt Painter both took lessons here as well. And so I took my first lessons there. And then later on, as I got older or whatever, I took some lessons from Steve Hoke for a little bit out in Lexington.
I've heard of that name, but I've never met
That dude's a monster. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah. Anything with strings, he can pretty much play it.
Now, how long did it take you to say, you know what, I think I can really play this thing now? I mean, it takes a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I started at 13 and was in my first band. Well, I did have some bands there early on in like middle school, high school. So I guess I thought I was pretty good then too.
Yeah.
To have done that. But then my first like real gigging out band, instead of like doing school assemblies and, farting around, was I was 17. And I was in an all-girl group. It was a hair band group called SAS.
Oh, I remember SAS. That's the first time I saw it. Didn't y'all play at the Waynesboro Park?
Yes. Oh, yeah, we did Extravaganza early on. Yeah.
And that was with Amy Harmon, right?
Amy Harmon,
Which we love that girl.
Love Amy, yeah.
And Janice was in it?
Janice Goodson was in it. Trina Ball, I think she's Macaulay now. Lisa, it was Brooks, but I think she's Bryant now.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else was in. Well, at one point, Sherry Lilly was in the band for a minute.
So y'all were an all-girl band before, like, what's that Brenda Carlisle band?
Oh, the Go-Go's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was going on at the same time.
Oh, really?
Go-Go's, Bangles, Vixen. We did a lot of Vixen. Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Seemed to be the hot thing at the time, and y'all joined it.
Yeah. I saved a bunch of money. It took for a while. And I got me one of those Ibanez Gem 77 floral pattern Steve Vai guitars from Chuck Levin's. Man, I could just kick myself for selling it. I traded it later for a custom Strat.
Oh, man.
And the damn thing's going on eBay now for like $6,000 or more.
What?
I know, right? It's like, I do know who has it, and I'm like, if you ever get rid of it, hit me up. But
They're not coming off of it.
I couldn't afford to buy it now, so.
Oh, man.
So I hate that I got rid of it.
Anything musical is just out of control right now, in my opinion, price-wise, whether it's PA equipment, instruments.
Even guitar pedals.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten outrageous.
Yeah.
So.
The only thing that doesn't go up is gig pay.
You got that right. I know. A lot of gigs, I still make the same money as I did, starting out. In some instances.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I think they know half of us will play for free if it comes right down to it, but that don't pay the bills.
I know.
I don't count on music to pay my bills, but it's nice to have that little extra money,
It is.
the little supplement.
Yeah, so you can buy more toys, music toys.
Especially the ones that don't tax you.
Right.
Now, as far as the places you play, how many would you, percentage-wise, tax you?
Tax me. I probably shouldn't say this, but probably half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully the IRS isn't watching this.
I know, right? Holy crap, please, no.
It almost makes it not worth it if you do get taxed for them.
I know, and even like the Venmo and stuff, I mean, they take their part, and you gotta, they send you a 1099 for tips, and.
So you get tips through that Venmo? I don't know nothing about that new technology.
Yep. If you have a personal account, no, but if you have a business account and you do your tips and stuff through there, yeah, you get a 1099 from them. So
is music your only thing?
No. I wish.
You still work?
I wish. I still work.
You play as much as you do, and you still work.
I still work.
That's
I know,
crazy.
man. I know. Here lately, I've been like, I'm getting too old for this crap. All this stuff. It's hard to juggle a lot of things, but. No, I do work a full-time job for a software company out of Harrisonburg called Gensbar. Mm-hmm. And I am an instructional designer, so I train clients how to use the software, develop training programs for the clients.
So you're not just some hick with a guitar, you actually got a brain too, right?
I don't know about that.
What's left of it?
And then I do teach some classes at Blue Ridge, so Excel and things like that at Blue Ridge. And so side hustle, that's a side hustle, and then music stuff's a side hustle. So.
Yeah, in these day and age, you need more than one income, it seems like, to make it,
Yeah, and you just never know when something's not going to be there anymore,
Right. Right.
So that's why I'm hesitant to drop anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now, how long did the SAS thing last?
It seemed like when I was younger, it was like 20 years, but in actuality, it was probably 3-4 years, probably 4 years.
And
maybe.
then it was like the song, Joey got married, the other girl got pregnant. And,
Right. Yep.
There goes the band.
Yeah.
This is the classic story. What happened after SAS?
After SAS, let's see, I was in a band called Rumors. And initially it was Rick Brady. I don't know if you're familiar with him. And Vaughn Thomas. He's with the Skillbillies now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a monster, man.
He played with the Statler Brothers too, didn't
Yep. And Terry LaFawn, who also played with Statlers.
And he
Kathy LaFawn.
Wasn't he a principal?
Yes,
yeah.
Anthony Collins.
Yeah.
So, and then after Rick left, I think Curtis Height came in, and I'm trying to think who else we siphoned through. I think that was about it. Curtis left. Kenny Fortune came in. So I was with them a couple of years as well.
Now, Rumors would be a good Fleetwood Mac
Tribute type.
Tribute, yeah. Which
And
I think there is
it.
one called Rumors, actually.
I think you're right. And we spelled it that way, too. With
Yeah.
the you are like the British version.
Right.
So, yeah, we did that for a while. And then I left that and then started my own band. Actually, I started a project with Tony Roberts.
Oh, man.
We called it Double Fantasy, and we were going to do a bunch of, linen and wings and stuff like that. And like right before the gig, I mean, we had a gig booked at McCormick's upstairs.
He bailed on
He bailed on me.
I've been in a
bailed
couple
on me.
bands with Tony, man.
And I had to scramble, and so at point, I was like, look, I don't even know who's going to be in the band at this point. So I just said, I'll be there. So I called it Crystal Armentrout Band, and that kind of stuck, so.
Yeah. Where'd that name come from?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Tony. I was actually in Tony's last band. We never got to play out because he just really disintegrated at that stage in his life. Yeah. They started cutting his hands off. Yeah. I'll never forget when I went to the hospital and he had both of his hands cut off. And they were wrapped up like a notebook. It had that spiral, and it was like, oh my God, that is so sad, And
that dude was so talented. I mean, just natural, raw talent.
Right before he died, I tried not to cry, but he said he could hardly talk. You could hardly hear. He said, "Come here," and he put his mouth up to my ear, and he said, "Make sure you tell Paul Klein that he was my best friend ever."
Oh man.
Yeah.
I said, make you weepy there.
I patted Tony. I said, "You ready to go, ain't you, buddy? It's okay if you do." He said, "No, Mitch, I want to live." So he still wanted to live, even though
to the end.
Yep, he was on the final spark of the fuse, but he still did not want to give it up.
Still had the will to live.
Yeah.
He was so talented.
He was. I
actually did a stint with him also in the Findels, so early on, and I don't know, I want to say early '90s. So I did a guitar stint with the Findels, and then I did I played bass for them for a while.
Wow.
And man, I love those guys like family.
I always thought the Findels were just, I know they started with Randy Hypes, but once they got Paul, I thought that was it. Yeah. I thought that was the only form of that. So you're saying you were in it, and probably maybe other people eventually.
At one point, Joe Dockery was in the band. Randy Hypes was in the band. Terry LaFawn played bass for a while. Tony Roberts played bass for a bit. And then after I played bass with him, I think it was when they got Matt Lang.
Oh, wow.
And yeah.
Another rest in peace, brother?
Another rest in peace, brother.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I saw him at his father, Bucky's funeral, and I'll be damned, like a couple weeks later, he was gone.
I know. That was the 1-2 punch I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
And I know Matt's wife really well, and it's been tough, We've lost a lot of good ones.
Certainly have. Yeah, count our blessings. I mean, each day's a gift.
Yeah, it is. It is. So you're just, what would you say, 2 or 3 times a week, pretty much every week for you? Or do you
sometimes, yeah.
Set some time aside to take a vacation?
I do. Yeah. Usually late, like in the fall, I'll take my break. Although also, of course, over the winter months, like after Christmas, usually I don't do anything in January, February, very light, maybe the one-off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do. We shut off pretty much December, January, and February just to learn new songs
Yeah.
and to take a break.
And to take a break and recharge.
It helps,
yeah,
you know.
and even sometimes March, I mean, just depends, you know. But I don't ramp back up, usually till spring. So.
Yeah.
And then summer gets nuts, you know, into the fall, and then things will start whittling down.
So you basically, it's either you or you and a harp player, but then sometimes you have the full band, right? Like Shelton and Paul or somebody else.
Yeah. Right now,
Carl Moyer.
Right now, Carl Moyer.
He's a great guy.
Rocky Thacker on the bass. Man, that dude's ridiculous.
You attract all the good talent. That's not fair.
Dale Roller, he'll come and play some keys or banjo, or, you know, he's multi-instrumentalist. I don't know, multi-talented.
Now you say your dad was multi-talented.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. I'm one of those kind of jack of all trades or faker of all trades and master of none.
Yeah.
So I can play little keys. I can play, I started on saxophone. So play a little saxophone, play little keys, play a little bass, you know.
Everybody wants to play that saxophone.
Little mandolin, little ukulele, little melodica, you know, but
yeah.
Not a master of anything.
You remind me of my grandfather. He was like that. He seemed like he played every instrument. I'm trying to think of one he didn't play, you know?
Right.
Everything from the kazoo to the sax, the violin, cello, guitar, piano. Yeah. He played it all. Probably wasn't a master of any of them, but he was really good at most of them, you know? He was a lot of fun. Grandpa, he didn't grow up real rich. He was a musician.
Well, there you go.
But he seemed like he was always happy, you know, because he had that musical talent.
Yeah. I mean, happiness is like everything. So.
Now, I knew eventually you ended up going to Nashville.
I did.
Well, what made you decide that? Just like that's where it's at, one of those kind of things?
I had kind of oversaturated. So I had my band, and that early on it was Alex Arwell. He was a baby. And he was like 16, 17 years old. And then Kevin, harmonica player, he's been playing with me ever since the early 90s.
Yeah.
Dave Buell early on. In fact, even Rob Powers early on. And Mike Chauncey played drums early on. And then it was Keith Brown. I don't know if you're familiar with Keith.
I'm not.
Anyway, we kind of oversaturated the area a bit. And I guess I've got a little bit of ADD, and I'm always like, yeah, okay, I did that. Let's do something else, you know, let's do something else. And so.
Must be the Tony Roberts influence.
Yeah, probably right. Yep. And so I was like, what, you know, now what? And I think I was mid-20s at this point. And a friend was moving to Chattanooga. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hitch a ride here and, you know, have somebody, you know, else I can, you know,
So
share.
You went down there without a car?
No. I did go with a car.
That's brave.
No, I did go with a car. But I didn't have a job or, you know, anything like that, you know. And the cool thing about Chattanooga, I spent about a year and a half there. And it was really centrally located and to where I could hit Knoxville. I got some friends and would play some shows in Knoxville, Birmingham and Alabama, Chattanooga, obviously.
All within a couple hours.
Nashville, yeah. And Atlanta. I spent a lot of time down in Atlanta during those years because it was like an hour and a half away. And met a ton of people, made a bunch of friends, learned a lot of stuff. And then about a year and a half into that, I was working at a record store in a mall or something. I don't know. And the job was ending. I mean, they got bought out or the mall was closing, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, so here's my chance to do something else.
Yeah. And
I thought about Atlanta and thought about LA, and I had been to Nashville a few times at that point, and I was like, this is it. This is where I want to go.
Now, I'm assuming you didn't go down there as a cover band. You were going down there, I'm going to write some songs.
That's right.
I'm trying to get in with that crowd and stuff.
Yep, and that's exactly what I did. So I spent about 17 years in Nashville.
Really?
And so probably the first 10 years of it, I spent, you know, beating the pavement, hooking up with songwriters, going to open mics, going to Songwriters in the Round, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Trying to hone my songwriting and do the singer-songwriter thing. And I also had a couple of bands during that time and did a bunch of gigs as well.
Was it
Cut
hard getting
records.
gigs down there?
Gigs that pay?
Yeah.
Yeah. But gigs, no, not really.
Yeah.
Although I will say, when you start out there, you're a low person on the totem pole. And so even if you start at an open mic, your first time slot's 2, 3 in the morning. And the only people around are like other songwriters.
So you don't have to go down there with like 3 teeth and just play country music.
Nope.
There's more to that
Oh,
whole scene
absolutely.
than just country, right?
Tons of music everywhere, any genre, and just talent galore. I mean, even the people on the streets, just busking.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So
I'm sure you had to play some cover tunes while you were down there, right?
Well, obviously, like the open mics and the songwriter nights, no. But when I did have my band and do some band gigs, it was mostly covers, but we would play 2 or 3. It was mostly originals, but we would play, 2 to 3 covers.
Yeah.
A night.
Yeah. I think people will
Yeah.
listen more to your songs that you wrote if you do play a couple covers. It kind of catches their
Yes.
attention. Sometimes if you just keep going with originals, you lose people's attention.
Now, I learned that here for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tried doing, I was like, oh, I'm going to do all my originals. And it's
Yeah.
like, people, well, what can we dance to?
What's the first song you wrote?
First song I wrote actually was a song called Runnin', and it's on my first CD. And I was actually in SAS at the time when I wrote that. So,
What song are you most proud of that you wrote?
that's a good question there. I'm going to say a song called Sometimes on the record that I did in Nashville.
And what would you say that song's about?
It was a song. It is a song. It's not was. It is. It still exists. It's about, look, things are really good sometimes, but you're gonna, sometimes there's always some hills and valleys and some highs and lows, and let's make every time like sometimes.
Right. Nice. Do you find it's harder to write songs now? I know it is for me.
Yes.
When I was young, I could
Yes.
spit out 3 or 4 songs,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they were good songs.
Right.
Now, if someone says sit down and write a song, I feel like I have
same way.
don't have a clue.
Right. Well, I have a clue, but it's like, I don't know.
I think we
get-
overthink it.
I overthink, and I'm like, okay, it's not good enough. I'm one of those people too that, like, I don't have this huge catalog of songs. I have some songs that I'm proud of and so forth, but I don't have this big huge catalog because I have also a little OCD, and so I'm like, okay, well, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not freaking Lennon McCartney, so nope, it's shelved. But who can do that? You know what I mean? Who can live up to that?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's always in the back of my mind, those kind of things like that, or an Elton John or whatever. And so I'm reluctant to finish a song if I don't think it's the one or whatever.
I love all instruments, but I really wish I could play keys, and
Yeah. Oh, me too.
they say it's never too late.
Right? Look, I'm good. Right hand, I'm good. It's that left hand and getting it all like going different,
Yeah. Yeah.
directions and, the counter melodies and things
It's like
like
patting
that.
your head and rubbing your belly
Yep.
at the same time.
Sure is, yeah. McCartney, man, I don't know how that dude like played some of the bass lines and sang, and of course he could play anything, but
Yeah.
like if you listen to some of the bass lines and some of the songs that he does, and then he's singing this melody that's and I don't know, it's just completely opposite of what he's doing.
I love that
bass.
era, like the
So-
Beatles. It's like they would just say, make an album. They wouldn't say, can you have 3 songs that sound like this, or can you do some folk? And they didn't put all these restrictions on them like they do now.
Yeah.
Now it's like more the producer than the artist, and I don't like that.
That's true.
I don't like
Or the executive, whoever's paying for it, has the say,
Yeah.
which stinks. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
You want creative control, you gotta have the money.
Yeah.
So to be able to fund it yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're cutting out, your 16 bar guitar solo is now 4, and, lyrics are changed, and,
I know we were excited when you came back home. Did you leave from down there because it kind of ran its course, or you just kind of got frustrated with the whole deal,
well, let's
or you just
see.
missed home?
Well, all of it. So about 7 years in, I felt like, okay, if something bigger was going to happen, it probably would have by now. And I felt like, okay, I'm going to shift. And I was getting older, and so I thought I'm going to shift to something else. So I thought, well, what is it like on the other side of the glass? I always loved producing. I always loved, the thought of engineering and things like that.
Yeah.
So around 2006, I actually went to an audio engineering program at a place called SAE Institute. I went through that program, did an internship at Soundstage Studios, one of the major studios down there. Met a ton of people and producers and artists. Ended up, after the internship, I ended up working for the school for like 10 years. Anything from, student services to career development to finally director of education, writing curriculum and teaching classes. And I hooked up with a producer there, Alan Shacklock, and actually he's a renowned producer and was also in that band Babe Ruth. I don't know if you know them, the Mexican.
I do not.
Okay, but he produced Meatloaf, Roger Daltrey, folks like that, The
Yeah.
Alarm. Anyway, I hooked up with him, and I was his assistant engineer for a while. So I did that. And, I learned so much stuff about signal flow and, just production, things that are super important that, I didn't really necessarily take into account when I was younger. That really hit home with me now. So I did that for a bit. Anyway, and as I did this, things started like gentrification, like the population shot up. They started taking like neighborhoods and bulldozing houses and putting up, several tall, skinny ones, in their place. The record labels, a lot of the studios, a lot of the monumental things about Nashville got bulldozed, and high rises went up, as did my taxes.
Yeah.
And it got to be where I couldn't afford to live there anymore.
Yeah.
And I was getting those notices like you probably get now, oh, we want to buy your house.
Right. Right.
Anyway, I got an offer that was kind of too good to refuse. I knew I eventually was coming back here. My family's here. Parents are getting older and so forth. It was right time, right place. And
Now, when you moved down there, did you already have a place to stay, or you just went down there and flipped a coin and say, I'm open?
I had a buddy there that I shacked up with, and so I was blessed in that respect. And, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's good. We love having you back. 'Cause
I love being back here.
you're like a little legend around here.
Wow, I don't know about that, but
Oh, we do.
maybe not for the good things.
I'd say for the good thing.
But no, I love being back here, reconnecting and meeting, new people and reconnecting with old friends and
Can you believe the
musicians.
music scene around here now?
Man, it's ridiculous.
It used to be so dead.
I know.
It used to be, okay, here's your option. You
Yep.
have to play country and it has to be at a moose lodge.
Right.
That's your only
Animal
option.
circuit, yep.
That's your only, the animal circuit.
Yep.
But now we got places like
Like
Plaza,
this.
the
Yeah,
Foundry.
Like this. The Foundry, holy moly, yeah.
Everywhere around here's got music, It's just,
All the breweries and the wineries now, they all
Yeah.
have music and
this town used to be
Yeah.
like Footloose, like don't
Right.
don't even dance. Remember they used to have,
oh yeah.
they tell you can't dance because we don't have a dance
I
license.
absolutely do remember that.
I think
Yes.
everybody's backed off on the pressure, like the ABC board. They used to come around snooping around and ruining
Sure
everybody's
did.
fun.
Yeah, and the place that I remember, like I hosted an open mic at McCormick's for, I don't know, 6-7 years. And that was a real stepping stone for me. And that's actually where I met Alex Arbaugh and Kevin Chisnell and Kelly May. Actually, I met all of those folks
Yeah.
doing that open mic, hosting that open mic. And that also, actually, that's when I started singing, because I thought, well, I can't just go down there and noodle on the guitar.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to sing, or people are going to be like,
Yeah.
sleeping. So, but I remember them at the time, getting a lot of heat from BMI and ASCAP and stuff like you have to play original stuff here. or you're going to have to pay, these licensing fees
Right.
and this and that. And it's not as much of that
I know.
now.
Thank God.
So, yeah.
Because that was really repressive. So you don't have any brothers and sisters?
I have a sister, a younger sister.
Oh, really?
I do.
What's her name?
Casey.
Casey.
Yeah.
How much younger?
9 years.
Oh, really?
I know, right?
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Papa was around. My parents were really young when they had me. I was kind of an oops. My mom was 16. My dad was 18.
Aren't they all oops?
I know. So
Do you have any kids?
I don't.
Okay.
I have 3 fur babies.
Aw,
Yeah,
nice.
they're my kids.
Nice. Sister doesn't play music.
She actually did play drums in middle school, high school. In fact, I also was showing her bass at one point. In fact, she is very musical and could totally, if she set her mind to it, be a badass. There's no doubt about it. Can I say badass?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
So she could probably be bass, drums, DJ, singer. She can rap like ridiculously. Like I suck at rapping. I can just tell you that right now.
Nah.
But she can she's got the flow and all that rapid.
I used to hate rap. I think I like it a little bit more now.
I like it a
That
lot
kind
more
of grows on you
It
eventually.
does.
I just didn't understand it at first.
Same here. Same here. Unless it was Blondie, Rapture,
Yeah, right.
You
Now, since you've been the Crystal Armentrout band, his dad ever came up and played a song with you?
He has, but it's been a long time. I'm trying to think since I've been back. He may have sat in with me on a couple acoustic gigs, like on some John Prine.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Is that his man?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Or some, old Hank Williams or.
Now, is he still playing at home, or is he one of them ones?
No. I'm like, Dad, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I even remember when I was younger that he, wrote some songs. And I remember one actually pretty vividly, and it's like, at least get the guitar out and like show me how to play that song so I can play it now,
Yeah.
But no, he just doesn't fiddle with it, at all anymore.
Are they still in the same house that you grew up in?
Sort of. When I was younger, I lived in several different places. But by the time I was maybe, I don't know, 8, so they've been in that house.
Oh, okay.
So the only house my sister's ever known, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, when I was younger, we lived in several different places. But yeah, again, they were babies, raising a baby. So.
And you went to school in Stanton?
I did. So.
Old Lehigh?
Yep. Well, no, it wasn't the old Lehigh. It was the new Lehigh by the time I got there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I went to North Side, which by 3rd grade changed to McSwain. And then junior high, I went to Shelburne. And then high school, it was actually the new Lehigh. I don't know if we were the first class. I don't think we were, but we were
close
within a couple of years of it. Yeah, of the new Lehigh, which was John Lewis when I was younger.
It's amazing how quick time goes by, because it just seems like they built the new Lehigh not long ago, but it's probably been, 30-some years? And
they just renovated and all that kind of mess, too, so it looks completely different from when I was there.
Yeah. My wife, a school bought the old Lehigh, Guardian Angel. It was a Catholic school for a while, and my kids went there. And I had to do like a lot of free painting for their tuition and stuff. That place was huge.
Huge, man.
Oh my God.
Both my parents went there. And they have, tons of fun stories I wish I could have gone to that building, but it was not to be.
They wish they'd never moved into that place, because sometimes they would get electric bills you wouldn't believe, like $5,000 or $6,000 electric
Holy
bills.
smokes.
When they moved in, there was probably, I'd say, close to 200 windows missing.
Gosh, wow.
From rocks or just deterioration and stuff.
Oh, man.
And they just got caught up in this money pit thing.
I'm sure.
It was just...
That's the bad thing about these old buildings, whether it's asbestos or electrical wire, knob and tube, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Just...
we have a house built in the 60s, and it sucks as far as energy efficiency.
Sure.
Yeah. Dollars are just going out the window.
It's so weird because, I know this is off topic, but it seems like the houses, like the bones of the house were built better.
They were.
But like the electrical, the plumbing, all that kind of stuff was not.
they did a good job, but they used materials that just deteriorate in time.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah, they had, what they had at the time.
they definitely had better wood for their framing and stuff. They had real wood, you know.
Right, right. And some of those houses I feel like hold up better than a lot of the Cracker Jack boxes you see now.
Yeah.
Same thing with cars. I mean, some of my early cars, man, I mean, hell, I shouldn't say this, but I hit a damn school bus at one point, when I was early driving, and it barely even put a ding in my car. Now, today, if I even bump one of those, wooden little things where you park, hell, the whole front end is crushed in. I'm like, what?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to have a Dodge Demon, and that thing was like made out of steel.
Right. And the doors are real heavy. I mean, you get your finger or your leg caught in that, and it's like...
I parked at a friend's house, and I left with this guy in a truck, and we broke down. We were gone for like 7 hours. And when I came back, my car was like folded in half. A buddy of mine had taken it because the keys were in. He didn't know where I was at. He was like, so he got on Calf Mountain and got into a wreck. Someone T-boned him. It was his fault. He ran a light or a stop sign. I couldn't believe it. But I thought that car was indestructible.
Right.
I think it was
like a sure SM57.
Yeah. The microphone? Yeah. Yeah.
Run over that thing, set it on fire, it still works.
I wish they didn't have that round head with all the dents in it there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the slender one.
The 57 did, but the 58,
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Kevin, he has one that he calls Dr. Dent, It's like, get Dr. Dent out, let's sing on that. Yeah.
He's a good harp player, huh?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
There's a lot of good harmonica players around here.
No, yeah.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
But you're right, there's a lot of good harp players around here.
doing?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Man, y'all had a good show Friday night.
Thank you, sir.
The Foundry. I tell you, it's amazing, man, just the sound system difference, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that place is pro.
Yeah.
The stage and the sound.
It makes you feel like a real
rock
star when you're up there.
Man, I'm telling you.
Oh,
Wish I could play there more often, man.
yeah.
Y'all was awesome.
Hopefully you do the Christmas thing with us again this year.
Oh, I love that. That was so much fun. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I loved that. That was fantastic.
Well, just doing the band's last waltz.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite. I remember when it first came out, I saw it at the theater. It's like, this is legendary.
Right.
I said, this is something that's going to last forever, and it
Sure enough
it has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, y'all were awesome.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Glad to hear that on camera.
I know, right? That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I loved that show.
Yeah. Ben did a good job organizing that thing.
Who organized that?
Ben Reed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Ben did. That's
Yeah.
right. I totally remember that now.
Yeah. There's someone that
You're-
organizes a lot of stuff.
Hey.
There's a lot of,
You're-
logistics that go in that stuff.
You've got it down, too, man. I don't know how you do it because it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Between the musicians and the sound and the venue.
I take it as a challenge, but it's also fun for me. But the people I'm dealing with, people like you and Mike that's out there playing, it's so easy because the talent level around here just makes it just flow so easily.
Hey, we're gonna do the hoedown together. I think we're playing pretty close.
Really, I think we're the
so.
second band,
I don't know if I'm third or fourth.
but I'm gonna be there to hear you.
Same here.
You bringing the whole band out?
Yeah. I'll
Who's
have
playing drums with you?
I'll have Carl Moyer will be on drums, Rocky Thacker on bass, Dale Roller, and then Kevin.
Nice.
Yeah. That's always a fun time.
I've never been there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're gonna love you.
Yeah.
They're gonna love y'all.
So
Yeah.
you played a few times there?
Actually, last year was my first one, but I've been to it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But last year was my first time performing there, and it was a hoot, man. It was fantastic.
Do you know Justin that throws that thing?
Yeah, Shiplet, yeah.
Man, he's a chill guy, man. I
He's
love that
badass,
dude, man. He just, I don't know, something about, he's one of them guys when he just walks in the room, you just feel good.
Yeah.
He's just got that demeanor.
He does. He's got like a calming demeanor.
Yeah.
about him. Yeah.
So you're happy with the way everything's going right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I almost feel, and I shouldn't say this probably, definitely on camera, I almost feel like I'm too busy at some point, sometimes, but it all evens out, you know, with the
Yeah.
time off and everything, you know, the downtime, you know, from Christmas to spring.
It broke my heart when one of my sons had to leave the band and he warned me. It's like, Dad, you're booking too much.
Yeah.
But what can you do when people are just calling? You know, they
Well,
want you
that's
to
the
play.
thing.
You know.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, you gotta get while the getting's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it too.
Yeah.
You got to get while the getting's good, because one day it's not gonna.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to be there. The gigs are not going to be there, and
I would
or you can't
I would literally
do it.
play once a
So,
month to have my sons both. You know, I love the drummer we got now, but there's something special about playing with your sons. You know,
I can't even imagine.
that's how I want to go out. You know, which I'm doing right now. This is going to be my last band.
You think?
As far as I
Yeah.
know. You
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna ride this till it's time to
Yeah.
cash it in. Which you never know
I'll
when
play
that day.
until I can't. Well, you
Yeah.
know what? I had a scare not long ago. I guess it's been 3 years now, but I had some really bad arthritis going in my thumb. I mean, to the point where, I mean, I'd had therapy, I'd had the shots and all that kind of
Is
mess.
that your neck hand?
Yeah, fretting hand. And so, I mean, to the point where I couldn't, like, I had to tune the guitar with these two fingers like this.
Really?
And it was getting hard to, you know, do the chords. I mean, it was just horrible. And it was to the point where, like, you stop playing or we got to do joint replacement surgery, which I was terrified of because
Yeah.
I was like, what if I can't play again?
Yeah.
And I ended up doing it because it was like, okay, well, right now I can't play anyway, the way it's doing.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting the surgery, and I tell you what, it was a long rehab. And the first couple of months, I thought to myself, I messed up. I shouldn't have done it because I thought I'll never be able to play. I couldn't even do this, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, much less play. But you know, after a while, of course, it comes back, and there's a few things I can't do, like some of the stretches, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, for the most part, I can do whatever I want to do.
Now, as a singer, this happens to me quite often. I'll get some kind of virus in the winter and I can't sing, and I'm like, I'll never be able to sing again.
Right. You think that.
You think that in your mind, you know.
Right, it's like-
there's something going on here. I'll
Yep.
never be able to sing again. And then eventually it comes back, you know.
Yeah.
That's another reason I take off in the winter, because it seems like I always get the virus of the year. And
Yep.
I can't play music anyway.
Yeah.
Scary.
It is scary.
Is there anything you would like to address? I mean, we're coming down the home stretch here. You got some good old stories you might want to. What's like the craziest gig you remember?
Craziest gig. Well, craziest gig would probably have to be one in Leesburg. It was a place, it was a place called Payne's Biker Cafe.
Leesburg, Virginia?
Yep.
Yep, I used to live up that
Yeah,
way.
did you?
Yep.
We got this gig at a place. It was called Payne's Biker Cafe. I have no idea if they're still around or not.
Probably not.
And we probably made $15 for the whole damn night. I mean, I had to go into my savings to pay the guys, you know. But we got there, and even from the sound check, I mean, I knew like this is like going to be an interesting gig, because the drummer at the time was Steve Nagy, and he was, you know, testing the snare. And some dude at the bar was like, if he hits that snare drum one more time, I'm going to whip his, you know, F and, you know, A. And so I was like, okay, well, sound check's over, guys. And then I remember we started playing, and like somebody cracked somebody over the head with like a liquor bottle, and there were like all these pairs of underwear like on the wall, like pinned up on the wall. I don't know what that was about. And the bathroom was unisex, and in the bathroom, like it was nothing but just porn. I mean, just hardcore porn all over the walls. And I'm just like, what have I gotten us into here? Holy crap. I know Alex will probably remember that gig. I damn sure know Kevin will remember that gig. But that was probably one of the wildest gigs.
We were up
for
at
sure.
Captain Sam's playing one night, and my dad was there, and he said, you know what, I could just feel the tension mounting in the room. And he got out there, and sure enough, about after he left, there must have been 4 or 5 fights just broke out,
jeez.
and mostly girls.
Catty crap.
Catty crap, exactly.
Fighting over some dude, you know.
Oh, Lord.
You looked at my boyfriend.
Liquor will turn everybody into a fighter sometimes.
True.
I'm pretty
But
good.
there's always good stories too.
That's right.
You know what I mean? There's always really good, like monumental stories that you have to tell. I mean, hell, when I was doing the stuff in Atlanta during that time, like John Mayer was starting out, and so like he was doing the same like open mic writers nights that I was doing.
Wow.
In fact, he even ran the door at this place called Eddie's Attic in Decatur, Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, so stuff like that, or the fact that when I was doing the engineering stuff, you know, I got to meet people like Alan Parsons recorded one of my songs.
What?
I mean, like I'm in the studio with Alan Parsons and he's recording one of my songs.
Oh man.
So I mean, just like things like that, they're just like.
When I was in the service, this is like the late '70s. That's when everybody was getting these real nice stereos. That's when that whole thing started. And one of the first albums I heard was Alan Parsons. I can't remember which one it was.
Like, was it one of his project ones, or like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon?
No, it was him.
Okay.
I just remembered having a black cover.
He was like, oh, okay, huh. Trying to think which one that might have been. I know, like, he was an assistant, he was a tape op for, like, the Beatles early on at Abbey Road Studios.
Wow.
And then went on, you know, to do Dark Side of the Moon and all that, and then to Alan Parsons Project. And, you know.
Legendary, pretty much.
I mean, yeah. So, and he's huge.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
So that was pretty monumental.
Have you opened up for anybody famous?
You know, yeah, like back in the day, tracks. I opened up for Jeff Healey, 38 Special, the Guess Who. You remember Fergie's?
That guy he was in the Guess Who.
Yep.
Yep.
So, you know, things like that. I don't know, there's probably others.
Wonder what happened to that guy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Truly.
I know the restaurant moved to near Lexington, the Pink Cadillac.
Pink Cadillac, that's what it was called, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he got up and played it. What was it? I think
No sugar tonight in my coffee.
I think we did a Bachman Turner Overdrive song.
You ain't seen nothing yet or something?
It might have been one of those. Could have been American Woman too. I forget. But yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
How we doing on time, Lucas?
Yeah, we're at 47 minutes total.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's been a real pleasure having you.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot more
Shout
about
out
you.
to all my co-writing, songwriting, and musicians and all that kind of stuff. Should I say all that? Because
Yes, you say whatever you want.
yeah.
We want to thank Luke and we want to thank Plaza for having us. Next month we have the Loya Brothers.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I tell you, talk
Those
about
guys are
three
awesome.
kids that started at the bottom, and they're just
Look what
like
they
everywhere
got.
now
Everywhere.
because they're lovable.
Determination. They're lovable.
They're like three teddy
I know.
bears. And
Yeah.
you know, they lost their dad. That was tragic, and they really rallied around to help their mom, and it's a good story. I can't wait to hear more about them. Once again,
should be
thank
good.
you. Give me a big
Thank you,
hug.
baby. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for coming back to the Valley, because we need you.
Aw, thank you. It's good to be back.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next month.